Hi guys, so today I'm gonna explain Schilling's test in a very simplified manner. I was always confused regarding Schilling's test, but today I have found a very simplified method to explain it, and so here we go. So Schilling's test is a test we use for testing malabsorption. Now let's cut it straight to how it's done. So oral radio-labeled B12 is given, but before that we are going to give an intramuscular dose of unlabeled B12 and we'll saturate the liver stores. So then after 24 hours we are going to check the amount of radio-labeled B12 in the urine. Okay, so if more than 10%, then it's normal. If less than 10%, it's not normal. This is where I used to always have a doubt why more than 10% is normal. So the thing is, the liver is not going to take any of the radio labeled B12 because it's already saturated. So for the oral radio labeled B12 to reach the urine, it has to be absorbed from the gut, and then it will go in the bloodstream, and then it will go into the kidneys, and then it will get, finally it will get excreted. So if it's more than 10%, it was absorbed and hence it was excreted. But if it is less than 10%, it means that it was not absorbed well from the gut lining, and hence that radio labeled B12 is still in the gut. So there is some issue. So less than 10% means there is an issue. So now we'll try giving different things and see what is working out. So if it's less than 10%, the next thing we did was we gave the oral radio labeled B12 with intrinsic factor. Okay, so if it is more than 10% means what? The gut has absorbed the B12, it has gone into the bloodstream, and then it has been excreted from the kidney, and then it's there in the urine. That's what it means. So if you gave intrinsic factor and it worked out, that means there's pernicious anemia. Intrinsic factor deficiency is there. If it is less than 10% means what? It means that intrinsic factor here did not work out. Next step is, let's assume there is some bacterial overgrowth. Okay, bacterial overgrowth, they consume all these vitamins a lot, so B12 deficiency happens because of that. So chalo, we gave oral radio labeled B12 with antibiotics 5-day course. Now if more than 10%, that means normal amount of B12 is there in the urine, so that means it was SIBO as we suspected. But if it is less than 10%, matlab that oral radio labeled B12 was not absorbed from the gut and it is still there in the gut. Next thing what we can do, we can give recombinant pancreatic enzymes. So if it is more than 10%, that means because you gave the pancreatic enzymes and it worked out, so that means there is pancreatic insufficiency, there could be cystic fibrosis, there could be chronic pancreatitis. But if it is less than 10%, then you have to consider that it is some other ileal disease. Okay, thank you. I hope you understood the concept. It took me a long time to understand this concept, like from my first year to final year, and I finally understood. So I wanted to put a decent video on YouTube, a decent short video on YouTube. Hope it helps. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.